Hello, this is Misty with Bliss Abounds. Thanks so much for watching, and today I wanted to just talk to you about credit reports and credit scores and all that goodness. My son brought it to my attention that one of his friends who was around 20 did not know or had never heard of a credit report. So he kind of suggested that maybe that would be something beneficial. So I wanted to talk about it since I have a background in the financial institution with underwriting and management and things like that. So I got really familiar with credit scores and how they're made of and what affects them and things. So your credit report. First off, why is it important? Your credit report these days can be used greatly, even more than they used to. Before it was more for purchases, but now even to rent a home, and I think that's where he was at. They were trying to rent it. They were not able to rent due to not having a credit score. So it's very important to try to create a credit score to help your future and you to reach those goals that you have for yourself. Although it is good to be wise in what debt you take out. I don't suggest taking out a lot of debt. I suggest making wise decisions and really thinking those through and make sure that's the best situation for yourself. So you need good credit, of course, to purchase a home, to maybe, rent a house, to rent an apartment, to buy a car, everything that we need to acquire. If you do not have the funds to pay for it, may require a loan. So having good credit is crucial for most people. So it's very important to really focus in on that. So to kind of understand what the credit score is made of, it is 35% of that score is made of your payment history. How do you pay? Do you pay on time? Are you late? Normally, anytime you're 30 days late, it goes on your credit. So you never want to be late and it go on your credit. So you always want to double check, make sure everything's paid, and maybe even keep a sheet of paper. I like to keep everything like what I have to pay that month and check it off and know when it's paid and that it's paid so that nothing gets forgotten in the craziness of life. So that is very important. But right after that, at 30% is amounts owed. And that is more your capacity. Like, what do you have out there that you could use and what do you owe on that? So that's one of the things people don't really think about a lot of times, is that 30%, which is almost as much as the payment history, is like, do you have availability on lines of credit or a credit card? So you need something out there. If you don't have any credit cards or any lines of credit, not that you have to owe on it, you don't really want to owe on it. If you have it out there, you can have even just one. It doesn't matter. If you have one for $1,000 and you owe nothing, then that's going to get you about 100 points on your credit score. So that's really good to know. You want some kind of limit out there, and not only do you want it out there, you want it available. You have up to 100 points you can get on that, around 100. And pretty much I look at it as if it's a $1,000 card and you owe 300, then you're missing out on those 30 points because you're only going to get about 70 points on your credit score from that. So preferably, if you have a $1,000 credit limit, you would want to keep it under 100 balance at any time, is what I would suggest. Keep it really low, keep it available, show that you're not maxing it out or getting close to the limit, and you don't even really want to be at half the limit, because that will bring down the credit score in itself. So know that the capacity is huge. If you don't have any limits out there, just opening up something with a small limit that you don't owe on can add up to about 100 points on your credit rating. So getting a $500 credit card or line of credit or something, but use it responsible, because you don't want to have that capacity maxed out, because then you're just hurting yourself instead of helping. So 35% payment history, 30% capacity, amounts owed, And then it goes to 15% is the length of credit history. So that's more of a time thing. You know, the longer those accounts are, the more it helps you. And a lot of times you don't want to close out an account. Like your first thing that you ever open, that first card or something, if you can maintain that, then that credit history is going to go back to that first thing you took out. So that can help that length of time be greater. So the next is new credit that you take out. You know, taking out loans, even when your credit's pulled, it normally kind of brings your score down about 3, 5, 6, 7 points. So applying for loans kind of brings it down just a little bit. So it's not something you want to just be doing all the time. You know, you do that wisely when you're making that purchase that is crucial, and things like that. And then it's just kind of mix of credit is that the last little percent is kind of the mix of credit. So know that paying everything on time is crucial. The capacity, having that available on there is very important as well. Having that out there and having it available. So I really recommend making sure to make all of your minimum payments on time and keeping any of your balances low on your credit cards or line of credits. Make sure they stay low. Also, if you have any accounts like with collections and things like that, know that if they're already on your credit and you all of a sudden pay it and it's like 3 years old, sometimes when they post those payments, that brings that back up and makes it like it just happened. So you might want to kind of talk with that company to weigh out if there's an option that, you know, they will guarantee in writing that they'll take that off of your credit if you pay it, so that they don't just update it and then it ding your credit even more because it's new and it's a fresh thing that could hurt your credit. But credit scores are very important, and I just want to kind of share out there. And if you have any questions, just let me know, because I'm happy to share. And just make sure to use your credit wisely and make good decisions, because it's a lot easier, you know, when you do things right at the beginning and then trying to fix them later. But if something was wrong, there's still hope. There's ways to improve that too. Let me know if you want me to share, you know, ways to improve your credit. I'm happy to do that too. And just appreciate you watching, and please subscribe if you'd like to learn more later. Thank you.